riders.
Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to talk about Cfmoto CLC 450. This is my first time riding this machine. This is my first time looking at this machine. It looks pretty small, it looks very compact, and before we start talking about specifications, I just want to hop on the bike, ride it for some time, and then I'll tell you what I think about it. Let's start riding this machine. Hey guys, so today I'm riding CLC 450 from Cfmoto. Actually, I need to say that this is the first cruiser from Cfmoto, so this is supposed to be a pretty remarkable machine. And actually it feels pretty good, and I was a bit surprised because I didn't expect this bike to be maneuverable, and as far as I can tell, it doesn't need much space to turn. It feels pretty torquey, to be honest with you. I didn't expect it to be as torquey as it is. And let me check brakes. Of course, brakes are good. I really like that Cfmoto is emphasizing brakes. I know that I'm riding a cruiser or a bobber, but you know, I try to accelerate every time I can. So let me do it one more time. Ready? Let's hit the brakes. All right, not too bad. It's not as fast as NK450. I feel like this engine does a great job and it's more than enough. But I feel like if you're looking for a cruiser, the most important part for you is ergonomics and the position, of course. And I can tell that I feel pretty comfortable. My back doesn't hurt. Foot pegs are really nicely adjusted, as I like to say. It feels pretty nice. I want to accelerate once again, if you don't mind, of course. All right, we'll turn one more time, sorry. All right, guys, are you ready? Let's do this. 1, 2, 3, let's go. Okay, it wasn't full throttle actually, because people are walking, have to be careful. Not too bad for a cruiser. But I would not say that I'm surprised. It's not too fast. But again, I feel like most people who are looking for these bikes, they're not looking for top-notch performance. Are you? Yeah. Let me tell you a few things about ergonomics. The position I am in is pretty comfortable. I feel like you have to be a really short person not to like this position. Of course, this is the cruiser, so the seat height would be approachable for everybody. As far as I can recall, it's 690 millimeters, so it's a pretty nice seat height for everybody. And even though I am a taller rider, I feel really good. I'm not cramped, and it feels as if I can ride for a really long time, so I like it a lot. Over here, as you can see, I have that nice round TFT dash. I'm not a big fan of round dashes, but this one doesn't look bad. It looks pretty nice. It feels retro even though it's a TFT dash. Yeah, I like it actually. You know, it's a very fun position because this bike doesn't feel heavy. The weight of the bike, the carb weight of the bike is 181 kilograms. It does feel very good. It does feel maneuverable. I didn't expect it to be as maneuverable as it is. Actually, I enjoy it, to be honest. And yeah, this bike doesn't have top-notch acceleration. It doesn't have top-notch maneuverability, but it's more than enough. and it's way more than I expected from the cruiser, to be honest. The fuel tank is pretty small, very long, and it does look retro. I wonder how yeah, it has a key, sorry guys. Alright, let's try to turn. Wow, it can turn really well. You know, I'm not the most skillful rider that you can come across, but I feel really good on this machine. I feel like I can perform pretty well in terms of sharp turns, or should I say tight turns. And yeah, actually it's a fun bike. I didn't expect to be that fun. It's not fun because of the acceleration, it's not fun because of the power, but it's fun because of the form factor. It does feel very light, and because of the front foot packs and because of everything together, this bike feels really fun. Actually, I like it a lot, you know? Yeah. I like to cruise like that. Alright, person is trying to cross the road. Alright. Yeah. The gears are pretty short, actually. Yeah, I would say that the gearbox is nice. Actually, I can shift all the gears very smoothly. I didn't expect that. Well done. And again, I can find neutral. Let me show you. 1, neutral, first gear, neutral, first gear, neutral, first gear. Yeah, no problems. You know, all those maps where people try to find neutrals, it's not applicable for that motorcycle for sure. You can find neutral every single time. Well done. And you know what? The front suspension is not adjustable, as we can see, but it's rather hard. It's rather rigid than soft. But this is exactly what I like. All the bumps feel good. I feel as if the suspension is really nicely adjusted. So even though you cannot make it softer or harder, I feel like they found a sweet spot. Well done. Oh. Suspension is a bit hard once you run over a bump, but overall, taking that this is the cruiser, not bad. And you know what? One honorable mention is that they did a good job in terms of those side mirrors. I do like them a lot. They look retro, they look nice. They emphasize the retro style of the machine, and I can see everything. Well done. Wow, guys, you know what? I'm telling you one more time, I really like turning sharp on this motorcycle. Well done. All right. Gears are really short gears. Yeah, I like to swerve around like this. Ooh. Yeah, brakes are top notch. Listen guys, I know that you're probably tired of me saying how good these brakes are, but I cannot say enough good things about those. The front brake is JH1, the rear brake, as far as I can tell, is JH1. I mean, they stop it so well. I mean, these are the best brakes in the game. This bike has many competitors. Woohoo! So this bike has many competitors, for example, Honda Rebel and Kawasaki 450. But actually, in terms of brake performance, I feel like those bikes are not even close. And you know, here in China, Cfmoto is making many motorcycles, and Vogue. So cruisers are pretty ubiquitous here in China recently. And taking that this is the first cruiser from Cfmoto, probably it's not perfect, but I think that this is a very decent motorcycle for the first cruiser that they have ever made, because these are really fun little machines. Alright guys, really, I do like to brake on this machine. Feels so good. I didn't even expect it to be that good. Yeah, gearbox is nice. Handling is sharp. I do like to enter those sharp turns. It feels very maneuverable. I would even go further than that. I would say that this bike feels more maneuverable than some of those naked bikes, which is just crazy insane. Acceleration is not crazy. And of course, even if you're looking for something from Cfmoto, you can find a bunch of faster bikes. But this bike just feels good. It feels great. And ergonomic wise, it's a very cool position to be. They did find a sweet spot. Again, suspension is really nice, a bit hard. Look at these brakes, dudes. Wow. I mean, they're like so sharp. The best brakes by far in the category. I mean, I was talking about these brakes all the time. I'm sorry, guys. But this is just top-notch performance. All right, so let's stop and let's talk about specifications. Let's look at the bike from the side. So good. Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. So today we're talking about Cfmoto CLC 450, this bike. And I rode this bike for 20 minutes just now and it feels good. But now it is time for us to dig into those specifications. So as I used to say, the most important part of this machine is the engine. This is 2-cylinder inline 449cc engine, which makes 40 horsepower and 42 newton meters of torque. I would say that for this power, this bike feels pretty torquey. Again, it's not as fast as an K450 or 450 SR, so this is just a cruiser. But I feel like for people who like it, who like to cruise around like this power would be more than enough. Actually, to be honest with you, Cfmoto got me a bit confused because just now I was talking to them and they told me that this is the same engine as NK450 has, but with some reduced power. I did my own research before I started riding this machine, and as far as I can tell, this engine comes from NK400, and it does feel different. It doesn't sound as good. And it is a bit less powerful, but I've been told by Cfmoto staff that this is the same engine which comes from NK450, but the power has been reduced, so it will be more approachable for most of riders. One thing to say about CLC 450 is that the gearbox is just incredible. It's so smooth. I would say that they have reached the level of Japanese bikes. CLC 450 has 6-speed gearbox and it's butter smooth. So good. I cannot say enough good things about that. The clutch lever is really nice, soft and gentle, and it's adjustable. Cfmoto CLC 450 has inverted front fork, which is pretty stiff. It's non-adjustable, so you cannot change it if you don't like it. But actually, taking that this is a cruiser, they did a good job, and I would say that they did find a sweet spot. And from behind we have adjustable monoshock. You know guys, just now I said that the most important part of this machine is the engine, but actually, after thinking twice, I would tell you that the most important part are these GH1 brakes. CLC 450 comes with one-sided 320mm disc. I feel like you're getting tired of me saying how good these brakes are, but I just cannot say enough good things about those. Of course, CLC 450 has dual-channel ABS, and ABS is really good. It's not obvious at all, so once you start braking really hard, you can hear some clattering coming out of the brakes, but it's really unnoticeable. You have to brake really hard to hear any kind of obvious noise coming from the brakes. I feel like the ABS is really good. And the rear wheel has 220mm single disc. I came across an article that CLC 450 has one-sided swing arm, but as I can see, it has dual-sided swing arm. Looking at the bike from the side, I can tell you that it looks small, it looks very short, and I like the design, but I feel like the most important part of the design, talking about CLC 450, is this really big exhaust pipe. It does look massive, it does look muscular, I like it a lot. Let me say a few things about the fuel tank. So the capacity of the fuel tank is only 12 liters, and I think it's not enough. Tell me what you think. And of course, I have to say a few things about the ergonomics. So the seat height of this machine is 690mm, and once I sit on it, I look like that, alright? And of course, the bike is featuring forward foot pegs, so once you start riding, you look like this. Actually, it's a very comfortable position, but this is a cruiser, it meant to be comfortable. The seat of CLC 450 is very soft and very high quality. It does look expensive. I didn't ride this machine with the passenger, but I feel like passengers would like it as well. And from rider's perspective, I see these really nice handlebars. They're pretty straight. I see some buttons over here. I see that 3.6 inches round dash, which I don't like much, but it does the job well. It does look retro, even though I cannot read the speed well, but in terms of the design, it looks good. And I want to say a few things about those side mirrors. I think that Cfmoto did a good job. The side mirrors look good, I can see everything, and they match the design really well. And there is one more thing I want to show you. So CLC 450 doesn't have chain drive, it has belt drive. And I would say that this is a good option because it's easy to maintain. CLC 450 has one round LED headlight, which looks very good, and it has those round blinkers from the sides. And from behind, it has two round taillights. Looks pretty unique if you ask me. The carb weight of CLC 450 is 181 kilograms. It comes with that steel frame. It's not too heavy, it's not too light, but I would say one thing. Once you start riding this machine, the handling is really good. It does feel light, and for me the most pleasant part is to enter those really sharp turns or to do some U-turns. This bike is so maneuverable, I did not expect it. CLC 450 comes in two colors, so right now we have red and gray option, and over there in the shop we have a black option. If you ask me, I feel like this one looks better, but I feel like most people prefer the black one. And it's pretty strange because my favorite color is black as well, and I do like black bikes, but this time I prefer this machine over the black one. Alright guys, so this was my humble opinion on CLC 450. I feel like this is a pretty decent option. Tell me what you think about that. Hit me up in the comment section below. Hit the like button if you like the video, and as always, I see you in the next videos. Bye everybody.